Welcome to It Takes Two. I'm Blair.
I'm Kris.
And today we'll be talking about the Kardashians, Season 4, Episode 3.
Listen, before we get into that, Blair, I want to tell the people to subscribe. I want to tell the people to like. I want to tell the people to share. I want to tell the people to comment. Can I tell the people that?
Go ahead.
People, do that. Please. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and we're a quarter past 250. We're a quarter to 1,000, rather. Thank you for the subscribers. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for sharing. And Blair, walk us through this episode because I feel like I have some questions specifically to you about this episode because you are the reality TV expert watcher and I am the jester. Okay, I just come to entertain everybody and dance for a little bit. So come on, walk us through it.
Well, Khloe is at Scott's house. The gist of this scene is that Scott was in a car accident. He's got really bad back pain. He's ended up gaining weight. And Khloe's there to give him a pep talk and to talk to him about some other treatment options, some doctors that he might be able to meet with. Scott asks Khloe if how things are going with Tristan. Are y'all kind of having dipping and doing and stuff like that?
Dipping and doing.
And Khloe says no, they don't even sleep together. They're really great friends. And she's got boundaries laid out with him.
Yeah, I'm going to come back to that. Let's go into the next scene.
Kim is in Miami. She's there for Sky Partners meeting. And she's there to speak for an event. Kim is an entrepreneur and she wants us to know it. She just... Everything she normally does, she says, is usually like bikini pictures, glam, and all this type of stuff. But a lot of the stuff she does is work, actual boring business work. And her pants ended up ripping at the event. She was wearing some latex pants, and she just kind of had in her head that she wanted to be herself. So she wants to dress how she wants. But she was wondering, maybe did she kind of push it by doing the latex pants, and then this is the result she got. She went on to the panel. They asked her some questions and she talked about the structure of her business, and it actually went well, and people actually want her in to be on the boards of different companies that want to work with her.
I have a question, right? Now scroll me up back to Scott, and we gonna try to combine these two scenes into these two conversations that I want to have, right? Do you think Kim Kardashian is insecure for the reason why she became successful? Because one thing she said she wants everybody to know she's an entrepreneur. She wants us to basically view her as the person that be sitting in these meetings that's boring and things like that. And basically like, hey, it's not all fun and glamour with me. I know you know me as being on magazines and things of that nature, while at the same time in the same scene, literally after she says she wanted to be known and be taken seriously, she's showing us a scene where her pants rip in latex. Do you think there's some type of insecurity that Kim feels about the way that she became successful or famous?
I think there is.
Okay.
I think she's always kind of in a prove it mode as far as wanting people to take her seriously. And I do feel like she's gotten to that place with a lot of people to where they actually do take her serious as far as her business and her decision making. But I don't think that's ever going to go. I think that's going to be something that's just always with her because of how she became what she is today. It came from kind of that that past. Okay. So yeah, I think that's kind of going to be like a driver for her throughout everything she does, is to want to be taken seriously. And just to point it out, I mean, the girl works hard. And I mean, she's going and flying all these places. I mean, she has kids, you know, she has people who can take care of her kids. But if you look at her sisters, they do live what appears to be a more leisurely life. And Kim could have that lifestyle if she wanted, but she wants to work. Like, she wants to be in all these places and to be this business person. So,
and the reason why I asked that is I look at Khloe and Scott, right? Even though we know they're rich and like we know they are well off and things like that, and they part of this family, like the contrast between Khloe and Scott compared to Kim almost is like night and day. It's almost as if Scott, and granted, I'm new to this, Scott is trying his best to seem normal as possible or down to earth as possible. to the point where he has back pain and he won't go see a doctor about it.
I don't necessarily think Scott's trying to appear normal as possible. Like Scott is weird. A character.
Okay. I'm like you.
I think Scott has just gotten older and he's just tired. I mean, he's been the party boy. He's been fighting people in the club.
Oh my goodness.
Shoving dollars down waiters' throats.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, Scott has a very checkered past and a very boastful personality.
Oh my god, I missed it.
I think, yeah, you missed it. I think he's just gotten older and he's just a little sleepy and he's in some pain. Oh, so I don't think he's trying to be any type of way. I think he's literally hurting and he's like, yeah, I've been through a lot because I put my body through a lot.
So literally, the back is really slowing him down from me seeing the real Scott.
Yeah. Oh yeah, my God. Scott is wild, but I also think that he's grown up a lot.
Yeah, he's 40, he said. Now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, I just found that very interesting. We go touch on Khloé next. Come on, hit us with Khloé's, Blair.
Well, we are with Tristan and Kris. Mm-hmm. And Kris is wiping down her kitchen counter, which is kind of funny to me because I'm like, I know she got a cleaning crew.
That's what I'm confused about. But
why is Kris wiping down the kitchen counter?
But listen, I'm not against it. Just because you got a cleaning crew doesn't mean you can't tidy up a little bit.
That's true.
Listen, just wipe it down. Nobody tell you to pull out a mop or anything. But I get it.
Yeah. And then Tristan comes over and he's like, I can help you with that. Mm-hmm. Then Kris goes around and thinks like, what else do we need help with in the house? Mm-hmm. And she asks him to put some stuff in cabinets.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, this is just like promo for Tristan. Like,
Stop
Kris,
it.
you have people to do this. You have people to put crystal in cabinets. Like, oh my gosh, you're so useful. You're so helpful.
Stop it.
Okay. And Kris, Tristan thanked her for helping him get the ESPN job.
Oh my goodness.
We saw some clips of it and it actually seems like that's his element. Like he seems like he has a good enough personality to captivate people from the clips that I saw.
He's okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because you watch ESPN. Have you seen his stuff?
He ain't special, but
he's all right.
I'm not jumping on the bash Tristan.
I'm just curious.
I'm just saying like he's not special. He's not Stephen A. Smith or anybody like that. But he's just like he knows basketball because he played basketball, so he talks basketball. That's all he does.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And then they talk about how Khloé sent a video of her and Tristan doing one of their morning workouts. And then their son was in the video. And they talked about how Khloé keeps up with Tristan workouts. Mm-hmm. And he says, like, Khloé is, like, the best workout partner he's ever had. Mm-hmm. Kris knows. She tells us this in the confessional that Tristan is sorry for how he hurt Khloé. And he really regrets his mistakes.
Listen here. I'm going to say something to Khloé. You need to get that man out to your house. Listen, I understand that you want to be a good Samaritan, but I think you putting yourself right in position to get hurt, big time, because it's very hard to not fall into that everyday routine of you got your kids there and then you got Tristan there, and granted, even though he stays on one side of the house, you stay on the other side of the house, but y'all working out together. Mm-hmm. Eventually, it starts there. It starts with the working out together. Then all of a sudden, we gonna have dinner together. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden, we gonna do this together. Then all of a sudden, you're together.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I think if you really decide, or if you really is determined to not be with him, I really do think you should get him out your house. Mm-hmm. That's my opinion. What do you think about the whole Khloé and Tristan thing, drama part 72? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And one more thing.
Yeah.
I don't think it's Kris right to say how sorry Tristan is.
Yeah. Me
I think sometimes we want to be good people for us first, so like we want to see the good in people because it makes us look good. Yeah, I don't think Kris has the right measuring metric to measure if Tristan is as sorry as he say he is. Of course Tristan is as sorry as he say he is. Like of course. But I don't think it's her right to say that because I haven't seen it and Khloé haven't experienced it. That's why Khloé has a wall up. So I think since Khloé has this wall up, the best way to keep that wall up and to keep it reinforced is for him to be out the house. That's just my opinion. This millionaire, by the way, to be out the house. Tristan is not me or some regular guy that works a regular job. He's a millionaire, as we see, that has connects. Kris got him a job on ESPN by a phone call. No interview. Just a phone call. I want Tristan on ABC, ESPN. Bet. If he got connects like that, he don't need you to house him, to board him, and things like that. That's just how I feel about it.
I mean, I would agree. I do think that Tristan needs to leave. Yes. I get that his house is going through some things. I don't see why he can't rent a house while that house is under construction. But I think a large part of it is Amari, Tristan's brother.
I understand that.
And I think that Khloé, and I didn't want to skip further to the end, but go
ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm like, what are we doing over there? But yeah, Khloé was saying she's on like a lot of like Amari's like medical stuff. She actually knows a lot of what's going on with him. She's in communication with the doctors. Yeah. And he has a really severe type of epilepsy, and just having him in a place of like transit, like a hotel or something like that, wouldn't work with all the medical staff that he needs at home as well. So I think Khloé, even though she's there, you know, Tristan is there, he's helping out with the kids, I think her heart is more tied to Amari.
He can stay.
And I know, and making sure that he gets what he needs. And Khloé's also empathetic to the fact that Tristan lost his mom.
Yes.
And so she's just, I mean, I agree with you. I think he should go. And I don't think Khloé needs to be the savior of this man.
Thank you.
I think that she can give him the number to a great therapist, the way she was trying to get Scott a great, you know, orthopedic doctor or something. Like, help set him up with some tools if you really want to help. But I would disagree housing him and all this type of stuff with the history that y'all been through. Like, if you want to help Amari, help Amari.
And get this millionaire out the house.
And tell Tristan, you know, you can rent the house down the street or something, because it's just not gonna work.
Listen here, my thing is this, and I don't want to skip either, but I guess this is just the highlight of the whole episode anyway.
Yeah, my
whole point is, you looking through the lens of, I think she said it takes her back to a place where she was taking care of Lamar, her ex-husband, and I'm like, yes, but you can't save everybody. You can't save everybody, and that doesn't take away from your character. And that doesn't take away from the person that you are. Because if you put yourself in these positions, the kind of person I am, I also don't want to hear you cry about how much you put yourself out there and get hurt.
Yeah, but see, part of me also feels like she likes having him around.
Like having Tristan?
Yeah.
How so?
Because when at the end of the episode where the producers were asking, like, how are you going to feel like when they actually move?
She said, I don't know.
And she was like, I don't know.
That's weird, right?
Yeah. Like, you would think she'd be like, well, I'm glad, because that means the house is together and that
wall's coming down.
And they get what they're supposed to, you know, they're doing and moving where they're supposed to be moving.
That wall coming down.
But yeah, I think that her emotions are tied in, and I think that she's enjoying having Tristan and Amari there and caring on them and loving on them and having them be part of her day to day. I think she likes it, which isn't terrible. I mean, that's the mother of her kids.
It's not terrible.
But at the same time, like, it's not what she wants.
You don't believe Tristan cares about Khloé. Even though Tristan says Khloé is my person, right? You believe he don't care. I believe he don't care at all as well, right? I'm like, Khloé, you've been through this already. You can't keep putting yourself out there and giving people the benefit of the doubt. And then, like, you're like the one. That's how you end up saying, and we just skipping all over this episode. That is how you end up saying you hate your 30s. Because you kept putting yourself out there and people took you for granted and you kept getting hurt. And you're looking forward to your 40s. You can't wait to be 40. But my thing is, if you keep having these quote unquote repeated offenses by different people, but like the same character and things like that, you go hit your 40s too.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Let's move on in order so we can get back to the Tristan and Khloé thing.
Yeah. Well, Kim goes to have a fitting with Dolce & Gabbana. Yeah. She's going to be going to Milan for a dinner. Yeah. Her collection is going to be launching to where she can see it in stores. And she really wants Khloé to go because it was such a good time and Khloé was able to let her hair down and have fun and be carefree. She also invited Kourtney, but Kourtney didn't want to come.
Stop it. Stop inviting Kourtney to
that's her sister though.
To Dolce and things. Listen here, I understand. Anything with Dolce,
she just wants her to know she's welcome. But it is to me, every time I hear her talk about it, to me it's kind of like twisting the knife. That's like, you know, saying. She's not cool with this. Like, leave it alone.
Stop inviting her to Dolce. Yeah. Please stop it. Like send her pictures and things of that nature. I don't want to come at Kim's business smarts or anything like that. I do feel like a lot of I don't think she's going to achieve what she's trying to, of trying to be viewed as a business person. I think a lot of doors swing open just off the mere fact that your name is Kim Kardashian. And businesses will come to you because of your platform and things like that. And maybe that is the overall goal. But being viewed as a business person, I don't think a lot of people are going to view you that way. I think a lot of people is going to still view you as someone to just put on as a face. Kind of like with the Good American Jeans thing. Mm-hmm. To where, like, even though Khloé is not the founder or the owner or the CEO, you put that face out there, you put that Kardashian brand on it, nobody views Khloé as a business person.
Yeah.
But it's that brand that's powerful. If anything, we see Kris Jenner with power suits on throughout the episode. Just suits. And she look good in them.
I ain't
gonna hold you. And she look good in them. People really see her as, from my perspective, as the mastermind behind the whole thing. Mm-hmm. So I think it's kind of hard to view you as a business person when there's Kris Jenner literally shadowing the whole operation, in my opinion. Am I off, or am I on, or am I off?
I think you're absolutely right, but I think as they get older, they do start to stand on their own, more specifically Kim. I do think Kris, I mean, she can overshadow everybody.
She has a presence about her.
Yeah. But Kim is definitely catching the baton on the businesswoman thing. Okay. In my eyes, at least. Okay. Yeah, I'm seeing her do her thing.
Okay, let's see. Let's move on.
So we get the Corey celebration. I was very confused about what we were celebrating.
I'm about to say, was it his? Yeah.
Because they said something. It's great to celebrate like his birthday and these different things. I'm like, what is this? And then on like the menu, it said Corey and Dolce and Gabbana. I was like, did he get a deal with them for silk shirts or something? Because they were talking about how he loved wear silk.
They probably just put it. They probably just put that there because Kourtney wasn't there, and they just twisted a knife. Everybody got a Dolce deal.
So I didn't know what the celebration was for, but everybody looked great.
Yeah.
Kylie arrives. Everybody's shocked and surprised to see Kylie.
Is Kylie like the one that's like never around, or like Kylie like the super like in my eyes, I thought Kylie was the one that was supposed to be quote unquote getting the baton because she's the youngest or one of the youngest, and she's like, you know,
she is, but at the same time, like Kylie and Kendall at the same time. Kylie and Kendall, they be in their own bubble. So Kylie be at the house with her kids, hanging with her friends, doing her own thing. Kendall be modeling, traveling the world. Like, they're not as wrapped up into the family stuff as much as like the older siblings.
Okay.
But I do wonder what you think about, like, I don't know. Like, that always feels weird to me. Like, with Kylie, she is the baby of the family.
Yeah.
And I guess you, as the youngest, are having such an age gap. Like, you may not have the same connection to your siblings. But it does bother me that they aren't held to the same standard of, like, putting in the same work for the show and having content and all this type of stuff.
Kylie?
Like, yeah, the way that Kourtney was pressured, like, you know, you need to show up, you need to work, you're not doing all this type of stuff. But Kylie and Kendall, they're in the show too, but ain't nobody pressing them about stuff.
Oh, I ain't know.
Well, that was back with Keeping Up, like, and then Kourtney was talking about she wanted to quit the show, and because everybody was pretty much telling her, like, you ain't working, you know, you because you're not filming, we have to put more time into stuff that we need to do for the show.
Facts.
But nobody holds Kylie and Kendall, I guess because they're the babies.
Well, also, I think Kylie is a name. Correct me if I'm wrong, or maybe you don't know. Kylie rise to stardom happened fast.
Yeah, I did.
The minute that she got those surgeries or whatever she got, I think she released a lipstick line or something like that. Or
lip kits.
And it's so fast.
Yeah, and then we had the whole King Kylie era.
Yeah, so there was a point where she was like outselling Kim to where she was. That's what, like, they thought, like, I thought she was going to be the new star that Kris Jenner was going to mold.
But nobody has a work ethic like Kim.
And that's what I'm saying.
Nobody can outwork Kim.
I don't think nobody can outwork. Oh, no. I think you're right about that. But I think if you look at Kylie and Kourtney, Kylie is further along now than where Kourtney was back then. Like, Kourtney was known as the sisters of Kim. Khloé.
Yeah, Kylie stands out in her own right.
Kylie's in her own light. And I don't know if she's still with Travis, but Travis one of the biggest rappers and things like that. Like, so there's like, she has a stardom that basically Kourtney haven't had and haven't achieved, even with the brand Kardashian. You get what I'm saying?
Until now with Travis Barker, I mean,
even
that
then,
duo thing is.
I wouldn't say Kourtney's bigger than Kylie.
I would agree.
I wouldn't say Kourtney's big, because when Kylie stands alone in some people's eyes, and granted she's not as hot as she was back then, but like Kourtney, and I'm not trying to give no disrespect to Kourtney, but I'm just saying I think that's the reason why they not on Kylie the way they was on Kourtney, because they're like, Kourtney, you ain't got nothing going on, like you're Kourtney Kardashian. You get what I'm saying? But when Kylie come around, it kind of feel like another star is there. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? It's like finally Kylie come and hang around us normal people. You know how they play around. But Kourtney, it's like, Kourtney, you ain't got nothing going on. Like you got kids by this guy. You know what I mean? But with Kylie, it's like
Kylie's here.
If Kylie say I'm busy, you can't question that. Yeah. You know, no matter if she is the youngest. That's just my opinion.
That's a good take.
Don't come for me.
That's a good take.
This is my first time watching the show. Okay. Go ahead, continue.
And then we move.
Let me get some respect to Corey. I see what you're doing, brother.
Okay.
Do your thing, man. Do your thing. Go ahead, Blair.
Well, we are in Milan. Khloe decided not to go. She's just trying to take care of stuff back home. Okay. And Kim is calling her kid. She calls Saint, and Tristan took him to the Nike store. Saint hangs up on her, talking about, we had a great time. Bye, Mom. Love you. Bye. Bye-bye. Kim calls North. North is Sage in the bathroom. She like, is somebody with you? You got fire in the house. And North hang up the phone. Bye-bye. Court messaged Kim a picture of their dad when they were in college. So because Kourtney's texting her while she's on this trip, she feels like they're moving in the right direction.
Do you think they're moving in the right direction?
I do. I do. Look, I think they're getting over it.
Yeah, this sibling rivalry have to end one day. You get what I'm saying? I don't know how it's going to end, but it just seems like the wounds get deeper and deeper, and it takes longer and longer for them to recover.
Well, because I think the stuff that happens just by watching them, it's like the same characteristic over and over again. So it's not only like, oh, you did this thing and I'm upset you did this. It's like, you did this thing, Kim, you're so selfish. You're always looking out for yourself first. You're always trying to take what's mine. So I feel like that's why they get so deep and so angry, and they might last longer and be more intense, because it's like over and over again, you keep doing the same thing. I keep telling you about yourself, but you're not changing. You'll never change.
Question. Scott is the brother, right?
Scott is Kourtney's ex.
Okay. Rob is the brother, right?
Yeah.
Question. Do you feel like Kourtney wants to be famous?
No.
Because I'm like, it seems like everybody is on the same path, even if it doesn't come across that Kylie and Kendall is not doing their part. I feel like everybody wants to be famous. Maybe Khloe and Kourtney may be the ones that's kind of like on that line. But I don't think Kourtney wants to be famous. I think Kourtney wants the benefits of being famous.
I think she likes the attention.
Yes, yeah. I think she wants the benefits of being famous. And I think Kim is like, look, if you go be everything I've done for this family, if you go be famous, if you go be a Kardashian, this is the life this is what happens. Yeah. And I think Kourtney is more like, I don't like that though.
She wants to pick and choose.
Yes,
the parts that she likes, and Kim is like, this all comes with it.
The good and the bad.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
And just roll with it.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah. Next, Kim is going to see her collection in the stores. We flash back to LA. Scott and Khloe link up. Scott gets his MRI results. He might need to do surgery, but they've got some other treatments that they're going to try for him. Yeah. Going back to Milan, Kim watches another show for Dolce, and then Michelle Marini, I think, or Marne, he was there the last time, and they were trying to hook Khloe up with him. But I think he was like engaged or married or something like that. Okay. But her and Kim and him like chatted a little bit. And then Kim, she really just feels like Khloe needs to get out of Calabasas and meet people and enjoy life and have a good time. And Kim and Kourtney have been texting the whole trip, and that's where Kim feels like relieved, like the relationship is on the right path.
Yeah, and I think that's where Kim is coming at. Kim is like, you need to get out and meet people. because this is the good and the bad of being a Kardashian. But it can be dangerous because I think, and guess what? Kris feel the same way. Kris feel like she understands that Khloe's a mother, but like I think, like I want you to join us on this trip. I think they always view every opportunity as a business opportunity,
like even, networking, like get your face out there, talk to people,
even if it's just, and that's why I wonder. Kim is always there. Kim will go anywhere.
Yeah. She's like, I got a busy week ahead of me. I got Miami, Milan, da.
And I wonder if, like, when it's time for them to argue about, you know, the business or argue about whatever, like, you took this from me or you did that. I wonder if Kim feels like, I'd be everywhere. Y'all could come out the same places where I come out. But y'all never there. Khloe, you could have came to Milan, but you didn't want to come. Kourtney, you wasn't nowhere for the past, what's it, the third episode? We haven't seen you we probably see you once. You know what I'm saying? I'm the one that's out there putting a face to the name.
Yeah.
Right? But then y'all get mad at me for like whatever it is when I'm trying to keep the name basically fresh. It's actually amazing how the Kardashian name is still a hot name in the streets today.
Yeah,
it actually is very amazing.
It's lasted a long time
because I'm like, it shouldn't be that hot. How many families have come? How many families have come and go?
Reality show families. I mean, like Hogan Knows Best. The Russell. What is it?
Rev Run.
Now, granted,
they not as big as them, but
the
I'm like,
Osbournes. Exactly. I mean, and some of these people are like big, like the Osbournes. Like that's a huge name.
That's a staple name.
And like they're still like what Kelly was on The View. Sharon was somewhere or whatever. I'm like, people be out there, but it doesn't hold the same weight.
But here's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying that name is still current. Like even though Hogan I'm not even talking about the TV show. Hogan, whatever that family is, okay, they're rich and whatever, but it doesn't hold. It's like a name of the past.
Yeah, it's like remember when.
But the Kardashian name is like 2023 strong.
Yeah,
as if it's like 2015.
Right.
As if it's 2009. I'm like, we almost going on 2 decades.
Yeah. Of
the Kardashian name not only getting bigger but stronger. When it was dying down, Kylie comes out. You get what I'm saying? And then get impregnated by, you know, one of the hottest rappers at the time. And it's like,
I mean, they stay relevant. That's a talent.
That's why people think Kris Jenner's over there playing Puppet Master. And it's almost like, when or what would it take for this name to drop? I think Kim will have to like stop doing everything. I think that's the only way for like the name to drop. Is for Kim to stop and then they just live off their riches. I don't really know what has to happen. I really don't.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Well, I mean, that's all I had.
Oh, okay. The last part was just the Tristan part?
Yeah.
Anything else you want to share about the show or any conversation or questions you have for me about the Khloe, Tristan? I think, Khloe, you need to protect yourself because I think a storm is coming. Where your heart is literally going to be on the front line and it can get broken. And then you have nobody to blame but yourself. You have nobody because you was trying to board a millionaire. Any other thing on this episode that you want to get out?
No, I feel like we touched on everything.
Hey, make sure y'all like, subscribe, share. Let us know what you think, and we see you next time.
Bye.